From a former firefighter to the actor with the brows, today we look at actors with distinct looks. Number 20. DJ Qualls. DJ Qualls, more fully known as Donald Joseph Qualls, is the lovable dork we all know from shows like Road Trip, Z Nation, and Supernatural. His almost pointed features and goofy grin lead him to landing some pretty sweet roles where we just want to give the guy a hug and make sure that he's eating well. But many don't know that the skinny star battled a rare kind of cancer at 14. It took 2 years to beat the Hodgkin's lymphoma, and his positive attitude has grown ever since. He knows that every day counts, and he's reminded of that by his quirky looks, as his bones never widened, only lengthened, because of the disease. Number 19. Will Poulter. Sometimes known as the actor with the eyebrows, he's best known for his breakout role in The Chronicles of Narnia. Will Poulter is rocking his darker side these days with movies like Midsummer and Maze Runner. He even featured in a particularly twisted episode of Black Mirror. The British actor may look like the White Witch showed him the way to a cruel career seat, but in reality, he's pure light. When he won his British Academy Film Award in 2014, he gave it to his mother, claiming that she was a lot of the reason he got to where he was. What a sweet guy. Number 18. Adrien Brody. Adrien Brody has landed himself some very classy roles, unsurprising considering his interesting angles and dashing looks. He is most known from his starring role in The Pianist. The talent he portrayed in the field was a mirror to his real success. To this day, he is the youngest person ever to win the Oscar for Best Actor. At the time, he was 29 years old. And just in case you were wondering, yes, he plays the piano. During filming, he spent 4 hours a day practicing. Number 17. Malcolm McDowell. In a career that has been spanning over 30 years and counting, Malcolm McDowell has carved himself out as one of the movie's world's top villains. He played starring roles in the cult classic A Clockwork Orange, Halloween, and Voyage of the Damned. He's been in so many movies that he can't even remember shooting for many of them. He says, "People stop me and say, 'Oh, we loved you in blah, blah, blah.' I say, 'Sorry, that wasn't me.' And then they'll show me on their phone or show me the DVD cover. And sure enough, there I am." Number 16. Danny Trejo. We all know Danny Trejo from Heat, Con Air, and Desperado. Despite having a somewhat intimidating look and spending the latter part of his poverty-riddled youth and early adulthood incarcerated, he's turned out to be a stellar guy, being a regular contributor to the Best Friends Animal Society and appearing with his furry besties in a lot of their campaigns. Number 15. Timothy Spall. Known as Peter Pettigrew in the Harry Potter franchise, as well as hundreds of others that would need a library the size of Hogwarts to file, was a gossip magazine sensation after he had weight loss surgery. But it backfired for his career, and he said, "Losing weight could shut doors." Still, he remains worth $4 million. Number 14. Forrest Whitaker. With a movie list that includes Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Panic Room, The Crying Game, Platoon, and Arrival, we hardly need tell you who Forrest is. His trademark eye is caused by a condition called ptosis. He was a star quarterback in high school and won a scholarship to play at California State Polytechnic University. He's also a black belt in Kepno Karate. Is there anything this guy can't do? Number 13. Benedict Cumberbatch. If you thought that his name was a mouthful, his full title is Benedict Timothy Carlton Cumberbatch, CBE. If you want, you can go with Sherlock since he's been voted the best Sherlock Holmes in multiple polls. He, however, doesn't like his name and claims it sounds like a fart in the bath. Think about that and say it again. Benedict Cumberbatch. Number 12. John C. Reilly. A funny man famous for roles in Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, and Stan and Ollie, you might not know that when it gets serious, he is set on his principles. Once on a film set, he was supposed to shoot a scene where a donkey was supposed to be killed, but he refused to allow such an act of cruelty and walked off set, cutting out on his contract until they found a way around the act. Number 11. Rowan Atkinson. Mr. Bean and Blackadder himself, Rowan Atkinson is the very image of British comedy incarnate. He has very British ties in his real life too. He was at school with the former Prime Minister Tony Blair, and they were in the same class. Not only this, but he has degrees from 2 universities, Oxford University and Newcastle University, and was a guest at Prince William and Kate Middleton's wedding. How British. Number 10. John Malkovich. John Malkovich is a legend in his own right, and starred alongside Rowan Atkinson in Johnny English as the villainous Pascal Sauvage. You might be shocked to learn that he's in the fashion industry as a designer. Maybe not as shocking when you take a look at his snappy attire. On top of this, he also has a movie named after him, which he starred in, Being John Malkovich. Number 9. Wallace Shawn. Wallace Michael Shawn is an American character actor, voice artist, comedian, playwright, and essayist. In other words, he is a man of many talents. He's been in The Princess Bride, Toy Story, and Clueless, just to name a few. Number 8. Willem Dafoe. Known for his smile and a voice as dark as clouds hanging over a graveyard, it's no wonder that Willem Dafoe lands so many villainous roles. Spider-Man's Green Goblin. It's hard to envision him as the voice of Gil in Finding Nemo, until you hear him. Number 7. Danny DeVito. Constantly smiling Danny DeVito has racked up an impressive filmography, including Twins, Taxi, and the hit tongue-in-cheek series It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. At only 1 meter 47, or 4 foot 5 inches, his career has been a long one, supported by his big personality. His small stature is due to his having Fairbanks disease, but it has never stopped him from rocking the silver screen, including the joyful and delightful role as a voice actor in My Little Pony. Number 6. Adam Driver. It doesn't get more legendary than Star Wars, and Adam Driver is best known for his role as Kylo Ren. His looks are quirky, his acting sublime, and his school life full of fights set up by him. Driver says that he was inspired to start a fight club at school after seeing David Fincher's adaptation of Chuck Palahniuk's novel Fight Club. He was quoted in a Rolling Stones interview as saying that at his old area there was an event space that people rent out to get married or whatever, and we would go out there in the middle of the night and beat the bleep out of our neighbors. Sounds like the force was with him from an early age. Number 5. Gary Busey. Busey has appeared in over 150 films, including Lethal Weapon, Predator 2, Point Break, The Firm, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and Piranha 3DD. Yes, you heard that right, 3DD. It's not surprising he has so many films to his name since he has over 40 years of acting experience under his belt. His crazy antics have been attributed to brain damage he received in 1988 when he crashed a motorbike at 40 miles per hour without wearing a helmet. He once said on set during a scene about being dead for a moment, "It's nothing like this. I've been to heaven, and it doesn't look like this. That sofa's all wrong. That mirror is ridiculous. They don't even have mirrors." Number 4. Christopher Walken. From the classic that is Pulp Fiction to the legendary Catch Me If You Can, this is one actor, perhaps better known for his interesting accent, who didn't let his unique look get him down. Instead, he turned it into the $50 million net worth he has today. He once worked as a lion tamer and also starred in a Fatboy Slim music video called Weapon of Choice, where he showed off his skills as a classically trained dancer. Number 3. Ron Perlman. Now synonymous with the chunky-headed demon that is Hellboy, Ron Perlman has made it big, being the first choice to play Clay Morrow in Sons of Anarchy as well. For somebody who has taken on such rugged roles, though, he is very particular about his hair. His first role saw him rocking dreads, though, in the 1981 Academy Award-winning film Quest for Fire. In this, he was Neanderthal named Amokar, who lived more than 80,000 years in the past and was on the quest for fire. It's a great movie, but even with his looks, it's hard to recognize Ron. Number 2. Steve Buscemi. Famous for big roles in movies like Reservoir Dogs, The Big Lebowski, Armageddon, and Fargo, Steve Buscemi was actually once a firefighter. Having been a firefighter from 1980 to 1984, he may not have had the longest stint, but it was enough to leave an impression. Just one day after 9/11, Buscemi turned up at his old fire station and announced he was ready for work. He spent the next week doing 12-hour-long shifts with his former colleagues as they searched for the missing. Number 1. Luis Guzman. Known for that huge smile, Luis Guzman is a Puerto Rican character actor who grew up in New York and has featured roles in movies like Carlitos Way, Boogie Nights, Out of Sight, Traffic, and Punch Drunk Love, along with 140 more. Although he had done some minor acting before, he got his real break with a role on the 80s TV show Miami Vice. His Puerto Rican soul is undeniable, but currently, Guzman lives in Vermont on 600 acres of land.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.